We did about 1200 cold calls. Out of them, 3 of those guys actually spoke to us. We will go on to hyper personalized specific emailing. And that's the only way you can charge big bucks.
What do you do?
We provide Google My Business profile service to clients. That is listing your business on Google Maps, getting your business live on Apple Maps, and basically making sure you're visible everywhere.
Why would someone hire you for that? Why can't they just go and put it up themselves?
You can always do it yourself. It's just the SEO optimization that you need. From there, we go on into listing them in directories and forums. We started by building websites, moved into SEO, and now we're also building AI automations.
How much revenue are you making right now?
In November, we did 61K USD. That has been the best month so far.
How did you get to your best month? What do you do?
So we basically run an agency into tech. We started by building websites, moved into SEO, and now we're also building AI automations. So that is like a mini recap of what we do, like some mini part of what we do. Trying out a bunch of things, essentially, not just restricted to a particular industry. I think we like to explore a lot of technology that's coming up, provide value where we can. So initially I started off as a mobile app developer. I used to build mobile apps on freelance, then moved into building websites, then got into SEO, and now AI automations is the next thing.
And then right now, what is the percentage of revenue from each service?
So right now we mainly have 3 angles to our business. The main business, the tech one. So we provide Google My Business profile service to clients. That is basically listing your business on Google Maps, getting your business live on Apple Maps, and basically making sure you're visible everywhere. So that's like an entry point into your online visibility. That's where we start.
Well, why would someone hire you for that? Like, why can't they just, go and put it up themselves?
So you can always do it yourself. In fact, in my videos that I post on Instagram, I tell people how to do it. It's just the SEO optimization that you need to
for
do
the My Business
for the My
itself.
Business profile.
Like when someone searches best
Yes.
restaurant in Bandra, they
Yes.
find you first.
Yes, they find me first.
Right.
We tell the client what all best practices they need to implement for that. And from there, we go on into listing them in directories and forums. So that is basically how we differentiate ourselves in the service.
Okay, that makes sense. And then what is the percentage right now?
So it's split between SEO, AI automations, and Google My Business profile, and also websites. So it's equally split around 25% in each. It's a good ratio that we have across each. So we've balanced that so that even if one goes down, we're like very much hitting our revenue numbers every month.
And then if you had to describe in one line, right?
Yeah.
Since you have 4 different service pillars.
Yeah.
How would you describe, what does your agency do in one sentence?
So we are a MarTech company.
What does that mean?
Marketing and tech. So we combine the two.
That's the thing?
Yeah, that's the thing. MarTech is a word.
I don't know.
Yeah, so we are a MarTech company helping brands show up online. Basically, it starts with your website, your Google My Business profile. That's like top of the funnel. And then we move on to doing SEO for you. And then automating parts of your business.
Okay. How much revenue are you making right now?
So in November, we did 61K USD. That has been the best month so far.
Congrats.
Yeah, 61K USD.
How did you get to your best month?
How did we get to our best month? It actually just happened. So so basically I take care of all the sales for the company, the sales and marketing, and we do everything inbound. Like there's no outbound, there's no cold emailing, there's no cold messaging. I just have a really good network of people around me, and referrals just flow in like crazy. So my entire business is based on inbounds firstly, and how we reached that number was very interesting. We started with Google My Business profile. So that's like the baseline of our services. We sold a bunch of websites this month, and it was mainly international. So that contributed a huge chunk to our revenue. Also, we closed on 2 or 3 automations this month. So that added websites and automations were about 70-80% of our revenue this month.
Okay. And let's rewind, right? How did you end up to this point today? I know you mentioned you were doing freelance projects after your college.
Yeah.
Right? So you completed your degree?
Yes, I am a computer engineer. I have completed my degree.
Great.
And I'm a strong advocate of people completing their education.
Really?
No matter what people say today, I'm a strong advocate. You should do that.
Why?
You build a network of people around you, and you might find the like-minded people.
And that's how you met your co-founder?
That's how I met my co-founder as well.
Okay. So then, right after college, before college or while you were in college, did you have any experience of what you were doing like right now?
Yeah. So basically, I started back in 2019, right in my first year of college. Went to an engineering college and got a marketing internship. So that is where I started my journey.
Okay.
2019, got 2 internships in marketing, then moved on to a company where they were teaching how to handle LinkedIn profiles, how to optimize LinkedIn profiles. So train people on that. So that was the start of my journey.
How did you get that marketing internship?
So it was through college seniors.
Okay, so you approached your...
Yeah, I approached my college seniors. They were offering internships in college groups.
They were just offering it. Do you want like that?
Yeah, like, do you want an internship? So this company is offering, we work here. Why don't you come on board? That's how we started with that.
Yeah. Let me actually ask you, do you have interns now in your company?
Yes, 2 of them that we've hired recently. Apart from that, we've stopped hiring interns.
Do you think interns help?
Yes, if you train them well, or if they are really good at one particular area in which they excel and they can actually add value if you teach them what to do. It's more of getting things done from them than expecting them to do the thinking work.
You know why I ask is because for us at Atomic, we've never had interns, right?
Okay.
And then my philosophy around that has always been that an intern is someone who is bound to sort of leave.
Yeah.
Right? You sort of train them, it's a fixed 2-3 month thing, and then they go back to their college or whatever that they're originally doing. And I feel like you get the most ROI like a year after working with someone, or you
Right.
like a really long time when they understand and they have the autonomy to make decisions, and then they flourish because they have all the knowledge, so they have complete information, and they have, their own domain expertise, which is why I hired them. So that now they can make decisions that will really drive, multiples of ROI that what you are paying them. That's why we've never hired interns, because time investment, I feel like whatever goes into training is way more than what they can give back.
So my philosophy for hiring interns is completely different. The kind of interns I hire are completely different. So we mainly hire interns who are software developers in the 3rd and 4th year of colleges. So 4th year is when they start getting their placements. 3rd year is when they start getting their placements.
Yeah.
So we hire them right at the cusp of that time because they do have a little knowledge on coding, bit of it.
Can I ask you if you've hired through family connections?
No.
Like people who
Never.
sort of ask you,
no,
"Bhai, isko internship de do na," like that.
Never.
Type?
I would never do that.
Okay.
Yeah. No favors there. None asked, none given.
Yeah. So they know a bit of code already.
Yeah.
That's why.
They do a bit of coding. We can get a little bit of work done from them, which is enough for us to have them on board, train them, and then eventually provide them a pre-placement offer so that they join us full time.
After
they are graduated.
How many people do you have right now?
We are 22, including 2 interns.
Okay. And all of these 20 people would be full time?
15 are full time, 5 are on contract, 2 are interns.
Okay. That's the structure. Now, one more question around the website development part.
Yeah.
What exactly are you guys developing per se? Are you doing mostly like front end, or are you also coding like custom applications and also doing like the back end for custom, like let's say web apps?
So we are coders by definition. We are coders by profession as well. Being a computer engineer, we always had this edge of providing coded solutions to people. So anyone can basically, without knowledge about coding, can build a Framer website, a WordPress website, a Wix website.
Yeah.
If you have the design sense and if you have a designer on board, you can get that executed. You don't need something different for it. Anyone can do that. Where we come into the picture is very specific domain knowledge. So whatever we do is custom made software. So custom made web apps, custom made websites, coded solutions, full processes taken care of by coded backend systems.
Have you heard of this SaaS called, was it Time Left?
Time Left. Yeah.
Have you heard of them?
Yeah.
Like they're organizing these dinners,
Yeah.
etc., right, with strangers.
Yep.
If I told you, like, if I came to you, like, hey, I've got this idea, right, and this is my website being Time Left. I'm not sure if you've checked their website.
I've checked. They have a mobile app.
Yeah, let's mobile app aside, right? We're just talking about a website for like an MVP launch, and I had this idea that I want to bring strangers together in random cities, right, based on like this algorithm.
Yeah.
Can you guys go and make that for me?
We are making that currently for one of our clients.
Like the same concept that I just...
Very similar.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. So you can go and execute on like
Yes.
SaaS ideas.
Yes.
Why not do them yourself? Like, have you heard of this guy called Mark Low? Mark Low, something like that.
Is he a YouTuber?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He makes so many micro SaaS
Yeah.
and earns revenue from them. Why not do something like that?
Area of focus is not there currently. Area of focus is mainly into SEO and AI automations at the moment. So since it's all inbound, we don't approach people to build these things. The kind of people we work with are mainly in the jewelry space, D2C, doctors. There are few people who come to us for custom websites, custom softwares like SaaS stuff and all. A, it takes a lot of time to build. B, you need to build this in phases. And C, there's a cost investment that goes into it.
How much does it cost? If I came to you with the time left idea, I'm like, hey man, like I want to build this. It requires an algorithm. It requires like connecting people. It's just a website at the end of the day. But it's got
it's easy to say it's just a website. Of course, like there's a front end, there's a design that goes into it. It's easy to say that.
You're trying to quote me high. I'm trying to be like, hey, it's just a website.
It's just a website. I do get that a lot, but what features do you want in it?
I just want people to connect with each other and to facilitate that.
Okay, let me walk you through everything I can, just to give you an idea of how it looks like and how the tech landscape would go about and what kind of a team we would need to build it. So once I have the features listed with you is when I can give you a correct pricing for it.
Okay, so what are the features you're proposing?
So of course there's login, signups, basic profile feature. That's like copy paste for a lot of stuff. Honestly speaking, it's a copy paste. But the complex algorithms that go in the backend, who should be matched with whom, what dinners should be organized.
Can't we just put like a chat GPT prompt, like use the OpenAI API and just connect them?
It's not that simple.
Right.
You need the logic. Right. That's the most important part. That's where coders are differentiated from people who can build no-code websites.
Yeah. So then how much would it cost?
Just to build an MVP, just to start with, about $10,000.
Right. Yeah. And then what could be like the range to complete my idea?
It really depends on how deep you want us to go into the complexity. It can go up to 50K, can go to 100K, can go up to $1 million as well. How much do you want in terms of recurring work to go into the website or the app? How many people are working on it? What kind of an experience person do you need to be working on it as well?
I mean, dude, just give me a price, right? At the end of the day,
I can give you an estimate to build an MVP. You need about 10K USD. Left. Yeah. Okay. 10K USD, like an MVP. Okay. That would be good to start with.
Okay. And then I can like get people to sign up. And
yes, you can get people to sign up. So
right. And then obviously if it works, we'll scale from there.
Yes. If it works, we'll scale. So you test out the product market fit first.
Okay.
Figure out who is actually coming on your app. You market it a bit first when you have the MVP ready. So MVP basically comes out with the minimal features, so that people can just log in and start signing up to these events.
Okay, cool. I like that you still quoted like 10, 15 times your agency's MRR.
It entirely depends on how many people I need to put on it. So I can get more people on contract to work for me. Yeah. I have that pool.
Yeah. Okay, so that's... What do you think of Gemini 3? Have you used it?
I have used it, not a lot.
Have you used it for websites?
No. We've used Claude Code for websites.
Dude, you should try it. Like,
Claude Code for websites is beautiful.
It blew my mind recently.
Uh-huh.
Like, I gave it like one prompt and it generated like a beautiful website using liquid glass and all that. Like, I was like, whoa.
Were you able to implement it in real life? Were you able to host a website as well?
I hosted my... So, I kind of stopped in the middle, but then I really quick like vibe coded my own personal page, subah.co.
Okay.
And I hosted that on GitHub pages.
So you vibe coded your website?
It's very basic.
Very basic.
Yeah.
So it's all depending on the prompt you give. All depends on the depth of the prompt you give. That's what separates your final product from someone who's just given a basic prompt, make me a website with these things.
Okay. Obviously, to change gears a bit, how do you get most of your clients?
It's all inbound. It's through networking events.
They're mostly local?
Mostly local. A lot of referrals that I get from my clients in the US as well. So we work with clients in 5 continents. So we've gone through Fiverr, we've gone through Upwork, we've gone through referral connections, we've gone through networking events that we're a part of, networking groups that we're a part of. And basically it's all inbound through Instagram as well. That is a huge channel for sourcing, like getting clients inbound.
How many clients do you have?
Currently, it depends on the service. So Google My Business is a service that has a turnaround time of 24 hours. So we can cater to about 100 people a month.
And these guys aren't recurring, right?
These guys are recurring. Some of them are recurring. Depends on the business, depends on the complexity, depends on who wants to keep on optimizing the profile, since Google changes the algorithm every single
How
month.
much do you charge to get My Business up and then to keep optimizing it? What does that entail?
So between $200 and $250 a month. So
Okay.
getting it up costs the same and running it costs the same. So that's basically consisting of your SEO optimized profile, which happens every single month. Google updates its algorithm, so we need to update the profile as well. Get you listed on all directories, forums. Make sure there are 4 updates going out every single month on your profile. So a bunch of stuff that actually goes into it, and then your review generation and management.
The reason I ask for this, how many clients do, because in my experience, I've worked with very few clients. Even
Okay.
today, like we work with 15 clients.
Okay.
That's it. Like that consists of everything so far. So it fascinates me to even try to understand how for 1 out of 4 of your service products,
Yeah.
you have up to 100 clients in a month.
Yeah.
How does that work? Like, what do they call you? They
So-
email you?
Yes.
How
I'll
do you
tell you how.
get money from so many people? Do you just have a guy who's just doing sales all day, like accepting clients? What is that?
So when, let's say, we have 100 clients, by that I mean we have 100 Google My Business profiles to optimize.
Okay.
So there can be one guy with one profile, there can be one guy with 50 profiles. They've got 50 outlets to do that.
Okay.
So it entirely depends on the month. So between April and today, we've done about 400, 450 of them.
Like,
Google My Business profiles.
you've set them up or
Yes.
kept running?
Set them up, and about 120 we are running.
Okay.
Most of them are multiples of 20, 30 outlets.
Now, okay, so the multiples
Yeah.
of 20, 30. So
Yeah.
so basically you're managing like 10 to 12 clients.
Yeah, in
And
around that number.
My Business
So
sector.
this Google My Business is like an entry point for
SEO.
yeah, for our services. So basically we go from Google My Business with like a $200, $250 service to like a website, and then we upsell them on SEO.
How does that work? Tell me the
So basically, we believe in relationships with the client. We love getting them back to us, working with us for a long period of time, retaining them for a long period of time. That is something we figured out to not push them to buy from us. So we have these services which they are aware about. Let's say you are a client, you come to me, you want your Google My Business profile optimized. We start with that. Let's say you're a doctor. Come to me with your profile. I'll optimize it. I'll create it for you. Then you'll also need a website if you're starting out. So I'll provide that service to you as well.
How did you get to this point where you were like, oh, so this should be my entry? Now from my entry, they'll need this. Oh, then after that, after they have a website, they'll need SEO. How did you figure that out?
So when I started out this journey, I was usually just doing websites, and it was not a retainer business. And I wanted to build something that was a retainer business. So
Problem for many, I feel.
yeah, this is a problem for many. This was a problem for me. I could not scale my agency earlier when I was in college just because I did not have a retainer business. Now I do, because I've figured these things out. So it started with websites. Then we went into Google My Business profile, and then we started doing SEO for clients. That is when I realized that, hey, Google My Business profile has got a recurring revenue to it. Like there's a retainer attached to it, but it's 3-month retainer, 4-month retainer. That's how our clients usually stay for. The ones who want to keep on scaling, that's a different ballgame altogether.
But then from websites,
Yeah.
how did you get to Google My Business? How did you join the dots?
So it just happened. We were just creating Google My Business profiles for clients without charging them when we were doing the website. We were like, we need a business setup. We need to be live on Google, and you need to add it to our website. So you need to add the maps to our website. So we're like, maps, let's just create a Google My Business profile for you.
Can you perhaps name 2 or 3 like of your most well-known clients, or is that?
I'm happy to name my clients. So we have worked with BYD in Qatar. So that is a very well-known
BYD. Like the car brand.
Yes.
The Chinese fox.
Yes. the Chinese guys. There's another car brand called as Jack Motors, JAC. That's another Chinese car brand based out of China, of course.
What are you doing? How are you getting the Chinese?
And then we've also worked with another brand called as Icebox, Diamond and Watches.
Okay.
So they're a US-based D2C jewelry brand. Doing really well.
And they come to you to set them up.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, the space you're in, it takes a lot to become the go-to person. Because this is when people are starting something, they need like a touch point or like a go-to guy. They call their friend. They're like, oh, who did this for you? And then they get a guy.
That's referrals that I'm talking about.
So how did you get that flywheel started truly?
Okay, so do you want me to tell you about my top clients, how I got them?
Tell me the inflection point that started the flywheel that led to getting you your top clients?
So last year in October is when we actually did outbound for the first time in our life, which was cold calls.
Before that, how are you getting most of your clients?
Reaching out to known people and asking them if they need, any kind of website work or something.
Who are known people?
There was known people were friends of mine and their family who had doctors and stuff like
that. Then
after that, we basically were like, okay, this is not sustainable. We need to scale. We're not finding retainer clients. So we were like, let's cold call in the US, Australia, UK. Last year in October, we did this. And we did about 1,200 cold calls. Out of them, 3 of those guys actually spoke to us. One of them was a digital marketing agency. And they have these clients on board with them for the last 10 years. And they were looking for someone who could do SEO for them, like outsource SEO to them. So, of course, they were charging a bomb and paying us pennies on the dollar that they're making. But I spoke to them on call. I had a sales call with them. Like, in 5 minutes, they were like, let's get on a call tomorrow and close on this. And the first line they gave me was Jack Motors. And we worked with them for 6 months before they gave us BYD.
But then this was under another agency?
This was under another agency.
Okay.
So a lot of our partnerships are with digital marketing agencies, branding PR agencies who refer clients to us.
How do you feel about that?
I'm completely fine with it as long as there's money rolling in the company.
Yeah. But don't you one day want to be charging the dollars instead of the pennies?
So these are a few of our clients who are at the top. This is very important for building your base out. When you have these case studies with you, it becomes really easy to pitch to people, which we are planning on starting in Jan. So we wanted to build out these case studies.
Now, do you think you have the case studies?
Yes, we do have case studies. Plenty of them, actually.
And now that you plan to start in Jan, are you going to go back to cold calling?
No, we will go on to hyper-personalized, specific emailing.
Yeah.
That is the way to go, that I figured out. And that's the only way you can charge big bucks.
Yeah.
That's the only way you can do it.
How do you learn that?
Watch a bunch of guys on the internet and everyone is talking about the same thing. And I was like, I'm not good at cold emailing, right? That's one area that I've tried and I've not done the best. So I was aware about that. So what else can I do? So cold calling was another avenue that we explored.
How did that go actually when you made the 1,200 calls? Tell me about that.
900 of them went into voicemail because if you're calling in the US, people are not going to pick up your call, especially if you are calling from an Indian number. Like, forget it.
Did you try to get a US number?
No.
Okay.
So we bought international calling on an Indian number.
You could also like buy Skype or something like that. And
don't want to complicate that. Yeah. Just want to get going. Just want to execute it more than thinking what to buy.
Good.
So did that. 900 of those calls were like into voicemail. So no one even was on the other end receiving the call. No one called back. Dropped a bunch of iMessages. That's apparently that works. Didn't work out for me, but that's what people were saying. It works. Tried that, didn't work out. The other 300 calls, out of them, about 100 people picked up and just cut the phone. Like the moment we start talking about, hey, I'm Prithvi, I do this, they just cut the phone.
Yeah.
They don't entertain you. And there were 3 people who actually entertained us. 2 of them signed up with us.
Why do you think they entertained you?
They needed something that we were providing, which was an SEO.
How did you get their attention then?
How did we get their attention? I was making content at the same time.
Tell me about that, because you also said a lot of your inbound comes from your Instagram.
Yeah. So last year, we started creating content in about June when I left my job at Kotak. And I did not know anything about content. I just watched a few people on the internet and there was this popping thing called as $10,000 a month challenge that everyone was taking on.
Yes.
And my first video was, I'm going to teach you how to make $10,000 a month. And I'm going to learn along the way as well. So did a bunch of those videos. Didn't know how to shoot a video. Never spoke in front of the camera. Just bought a Boya mic and started making videos.
The Boya mic. Iconic.
It's iconic.
Everyone has gone through the Boya mic.
Boya mic is insane.
The lavalier.
Yeah.
Tiny as pouch.
With the Apple connector. Yeah. To your iPhone.
Yeah.
Started with that. Created content around that. Went into generic stuff, how to run an agency. I was not running an agency back then, but I was talking about it. I was like, why not? Who's going to watch me any which ways? Maybe I find clients because outbound is not working. The only way to get attention is inbound. And after that, I was like creating generic content. I was not doing anything hyper specific. And then I stepped into content around websites. And that started getting me a little bit of traction, not a lot, which is when it hit me that this is not a retainer business. And I need to step into something that will actually get me people who will stay for a long period of time, 6 to 12 months at least. And then I started looking at content on the internet as to which niche I can build it in. And I figured out no one's doing SEO. There was no one doing SEO. 2 guys in the US, one in Canada, one in the US, that's it. No one else was talking about SEO. It was a very less spoken about market that I was like, in India, no one was making content on it at all. I was like, you know what? This is a retainer business. Let's make content on this. And we have been optimizing apps on the Play Store and App Store before. So we do have an idea about this. Let's get started. So I went into hyper specific, niched out content, never chased virality there at all. Just spoke to my ideal audience and educated them on SEO. And that grew over time. And I had a few thousand followers come in the first 6 months, which is when I realized that, okay, this is leading on to something. And then I started getting inbounds from that. Hey, do you also do websites? So I smartly SEO optimized my Instagram profile with website developer, performance marketing, SEO, Google My Business. I mentioned all of those keywords. And when someone was searching on Instagram for those keywords, they could find my profile. It was like the first recommendation, which is how I got my first few leads.
You did SEO on your...
Yeah, I did SEO on my own Instagram profile. And I was like, oh, this is insane. It's working. Let me just keep it this way.
Okay.
And then we started getting a lot of inbound. Start with websites, then Google My Business profiles, and then SEO eventually.
What do you think is the 80-20 of doing SEO? Like as of today, especially because AI is also coming into the play where more and more queries are coming from LLMs, right?
Yeah.
So now there's a new term called AEO or GEO, whatever
GEO,
the
yeah.
fuck. It's either like basically
Generative
LLM
engine
optimization.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
So I guess there are two parts to the question. One is today, if SEO is still very important, I assume it is still important. What is the 2 things I must do if I wanted good SEO? And then how do you feel like the shift is playing out to LLM optimization? And do they still correlate?
Yes.
Or what should I do if I want to optimize for LLMs and not necessarily Google?
Yeah. So the first thing is you need to do traditional SEO regardless of anything. You need to build an authority on your website. So how you even get people coming to your website when there are billions on the internet is by building your authority. By building authority, I mean that you need to get reference from other websites which are in the similar industry or similar niche. That is the first level of things that you need to do. Second is to create content. SEO optimized content, you need to target the low hanging fruits and you need to mix it with the top of the funnel content, which are the keywords that people are actually looking for. And if you create content around high buyer intent keywords, that is when you'll start ranking for those specific keywords, specific niches. That is how you should start your journey with SEO. And traditional SEO is the way to doing GEO. How GEO works right now is basically generative engine optimization. You getting cited
it's
by
like crawls on Google, right? I'm guessing.
Yes, Google. So Google has got crawlers which go to your website and basically read the entire content on your website. That's how you.
And then even for LLM optimization, I'm assuming they have
crawlers.
Their crawlers that go through Google.
No, they go through your website
directly.
Yeah, go directly to your website.
So then, how do you rank there?
So the thing is, once you are listed on Google, those crawlers, of course, are linked to Google and they also run it on your website. So you might have seen rankings happen because of these crawlers coming over a period of time on your website. Once you start ranking in the top sections, once you have authority, which is when these crawlers get interested on your website. So authority is the first thing that you need to build.
How important are backlinks? Because I've heard
the most important.
That's the most.
That's the most important.
How do you get quality backlinks? So, for example, if we were to get you, like, help me out with my SEO, like, why do we not rank, right?
Yeah.
That's a genuine problem for us, by the way. Like, we've never spent time on SEO and never done any of that. So, you know, when I was doing my own research to how on earth should I start ranking, it was like, okay, well, backlinks. And then I'm like, okay, how do I get these backlinks? Then I go to Fiverr.com and I'm like, quality backlinks.
Oh no!
But
don't fall for that trap. Don't fall for that trap.
Okay.
Don't fall for that trap.
How do you get quality backlinks?
You buy them from legit marketplaces.
You have to go and research?
Yes, there are marketplaces. There are about 8 of them that we buy it from. You can also reach out to websites where you want to get listed which are relevant to your industry, and basically tell them, hey, I want to write an article on your website, and I would give you a backlink in exchange for one. That's another way to go about it. But yeah, do not buy it from Fiverr ever.
So concretely, what an SEO agency does is they have their trusted marketplaces for these backlinks. They buy backlinks from those marketplaces.
Yes.
On top of that, they do outreach on your behalf to look at relevant places that are ranking high on Ahrefs, I guess.
Ahrefs, SEMrush, Moz, you see all the tools.
So wherever, like in the relevant industry, the page is ranking high, then you ask them, hey, can I write articles? And then do you try to incentivize them?
Yes, you try to incentivize the people who have actually written articles on those pages already. So you reach out to them and maybe try to incentivize them, or have like a give and take with them. I'll give you a link to this website, will help you increase your authority. You get me a link through this website.
How much does it charge, all of this stuff?
So again, domain ranking links will cost you anywhere between $30 to $50 to start with. And if you want to get published on PR pages, which is basically your Architectural Digest, Vogue, Elle and stuff, it can cost you thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
But that's more of PR. PR guys will get you there for like a very minimal amount or almost free.
Okay. And then you mentioned that AI automation is the next thing for you.
Yes.
Why and how did that come about?
So my co-founder is an ex-Oracle guy. So his entire job at Oracle was on AI ML models. So he's got a deep interest in that space. And looking at how we can reduce our own time into implementing SEO strategies on websites by reducing the effort that goes into doing the same thing over and over again, we start building automations for our own self internally, which is when we realize that a lot of people have these similar problems with their businesses and the use case might be very specific. So we had a few clients who came to us and were like, hey, I'm repeating the same task again and again. Can you automate it for me in some way? Now, there might not be a need for AI automations there, just an automation to sort them out. But that's how we started with AI automations as a thing. And then voice calling agents are something we're getting a lot of inbounds for. Voice calling agents are huge.
You get your foot in with the Google My Business, you make a website. Like, hey, do you also get inbound calls?
Yes.
Maybe you can even set them a number up and be like, hey, we'll get you an AI assistant. And then do you attribute ROI? Like to basically, let's say you're charging them $500 a month for upkeep or maintenance. Do you attribute like, hey, this is the work we did this month, right? Let's say your page ranked from, it went one spot up on the ranking or whatever. Now, because of this, you got an incremental 1 or 2 people visiting the store. Are you able to attribute all of that?
Yes. So we set up systems for our clients wherein we ask them to input every single call that they've gotten on their company phones. Let's say, again, it's a doctor, it's a dentist. They're getting calls on their phone every single day through their Google My Business profile. If the profile is showing that you've got like 500 calls in a month, and let's say 400 of them were actually calls and not just instantly cut after calling, how many of those actually could you log in your system? How many of those showed up? How many of those converted? And what was the conversion pricing? So we've created a system for that, for them to track this thing.
Why don't you take like percentage, or why don't you try to partner up?
So we do partner up with companies that have a very huge potential in this space. We do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is that working out?
Yes.
Okay.
So we are partnering up with a few startups where we own a percentage of their IP that we are building out for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
that adds into future revenue. So we're thinking long term. It's not short term at all.
Is one of them like the time left one that we just brought up? Okay.
Yes.
Partnering up. Cool.
That reduces the initial input cost by a significant amount. And if we are inclined with the same vision, then we are fine with putting in our own resources into it.
We were chatting also while we were playing table tennis.
Yes.
And you told me paperwork is everything. Like what is signed is the most important. Like that's it. What happened there? I feel like there's a good story to explore.
That's a huge story. So when we were working in college, this was, I guess, the second year of college, when me and my co-founder started Fiverr and we found our first Fiverr client. He actually invited us to his office. That was our biggest client that time. And he basically had us sign NDAs, of course, for the work that we were doing for him. But we never got any contract signed from him as to how much he would pay us for the work that we're delivering to him. We were just newbies starting out who knew basics about things, and eventually building out stuff for him as well. It made him a lot of money, by the way. So we just started out, no idea about what an SLA is, no idea about what a contract is, no idea about how to get paid. And we just went in and we were like, oh, let's start building something, because we were very curious on doing that. So we worked with him for 18 months, built out more than 300 mobile apps, bought them from marketplaces, customized them, changed a few things here and there, placed them on Google as demo apps, and sold them to people. So they were delivery apps, plenty of them, a lot of generic stuff out there. So you can see a Borzo, Zomato. We've made all those apps by optimizing them, by purchasing them from Envato, which is the marketplace. So we sold a lot of those applications. We sold a lot of these apps to stores as well, which were delivering food. So it was a lot of individual setups. So we did about 300 of those in 1.5 years. We built a few websites for them. We listed all of these apps on the App Store and Play Store as well.
That cost money, right?
That cost money. He paid for everything. At many points we were like, oh, we've quoted, let's say, $50 to upload an app, publish an app on the Google Play Store. And then it would go like, no, I told 40 last time. So that is when we start realizing that, hey, communication is happening, but it's not written down. $10 did not matter a lot because $40 for us was a lot at that time. And we were like, we're doing 50 of them, 100 of them. How does it even matter to us? So started doing that. Didn't realize the trap we were getting into. There was a huge product that we were building out for him. It was in the events space. And that was an app we had a percentage share in, but there was nothing on paper. That was the biggest fuck up.
The percentage share.
The percentage share that we had, that if this gets sold for an X amount, we would get 10% of it. And we were incentivized to build it. We were paid for everything that we've done in terms of services.
Work done and services were paid for.
Yeah, work done and services were paid for. Not to the full amount, but they were paid to good sum of money. But this extra percentage that was coming from the sale was never paid to us.
And did he also make you sign a non-disparagement?
They made us sign a non-disclosure agreement.
Okay. Yeah. So, okay.
You cannot basically do the same thing again as well.
I'm sure it has an expiration.
It did not. Now that I have the papers and we've read it and we are smarter about contracts.
Indefinite?
Yeah.
It was an indefinite NDA?
Yes.
Those are very easy to break.
There was one which was for 5 years that we cannot work with people in the same industry that we built in.
Those are also very easy to break.
Who's curious to explore that when you're 22, 23 years old?
Yeah.
And you
still care about it?
Yeah. I didn't care about it. Parents didn't even know we were making this much money at that time.
Yeah.
It was just fun. Just going to college, building cool shit, coming back, doing it over and over again. And we just had one client at that time.
How much were you making back then?
So in 18 months, we were able to accumulate 55 to 70 LINR.
Dude, that's great at that age, right?
20 to 23. 18 months. We've done that in 18 months.
Yeah.
A lot of money.
Were you paying Bombay rent at that time?
Oh, I have a house in Bombay, so I don't need to pay rent.
Okay.
I'm taken care of completely by my parents.
So you were able to save a lot of it.
Privileged, I would say.
Yeah.
I would not say save a lot of it. Save some of it, spend a lot of it. You're college going, right?
Yeah.
You want to have all those experiences. You want to buy every single thing that you can lay your hands on. You want to try out every single restaurant in the city that you possibly can.
What's the best thing you spend money on?
Food.
Yeah.
Hands down. Food is the first thing, clothes is the second thing, travel is the third.
Yeah.
That was what we did. Did a bunch of crypto and shit as well, but that's on the side.
Okay.
But yeah, this was the guy we worked with. And
did taxes fuck you as well?
Yes.
Then? Did taxes screw you?
It's cash.
Oh, okay. Cut this question up.
Cash.
Okay.
Let's cut this one out.
Yeah.
All cash. Every single month we were getting like 1.534 L. It was different money we were making.
Okay.
But it was pure.
Imagine the government typing up your name.
No, not the income
Where
tax.
did this guy make his 70, 80 lakhs? Where?
Won't be.
I don't see the money declared.
I don't show it at all. Don't want to show it at all. Yeah, but we made significant money with that guy.
Yeah.
We built out this app. It was a really nice product. Got sold for roughly $20 million.
And you were due 10%?
This was something that was not even advertised or like announced outside, because this person already had a lot of money.
So then why didn't you take this to the court? So wait, was it written in any message?
It was not written anywhere. That was the biggest
Message?
fuck up of our life. It was not written anywhere. It was always verbally discussed. You're working with someone for 18 months. They're paying you a really good amount of money. You trust them with this.
I mean, you had some service level agreement, right?
We had nothing. We didn't know
You didn't
anything
know
about
what
them.
that
This
was.
is pre-AI, pre-content era,
Yeah,
where
you
you're
weren't
just
getting
new.
that.
There's no one to guide you. There was no one to guide us.
I mean, there's still something like
Yeah.
spirit of the law, right? So even if you had like maybe a service level agreement, even if there was a verbal agreement, you could still take that to the court and argue.
And do
Right.
what? And drag it out in court for years and spend a lot of money on it. Waste your time instead of building.
Was it a fully Indian-based company?
Yes.
Okay, then the court is a problem.
Yeah.
But then the thing is that oftentimes, and this is because I've had my experience with the law, right? Like, dude, we have like 2 lawyers in our company
Okay.
who have completed law and now are working in different things.
Is Vihan one of them?
Vihan, he dropped out on the 3rd year of law.
Okay.
My girlfriend is in law
Okay.
as well. And
Interesting.
then somehow, interestingly enough, I've been doing so much law just because I've needed to,
Yeah.
right? So like with the team, right? With contracts, with the clients, so many contracts. Like I do redlining almost like every week. I have something or the other to redline.
Okay.
And what was I saying with this?
Law contracts.
Yeah, and oftentimes what you'll notice is that you don't need to go all the way to court and drag it out.
You send a
Oftentimes,
notice.
The notice, oftentimes hiring a fancy ass, or getting.
But you also
nice-
need to see who's on the other end. They wouldn't mind spending money fighting this.
Right, but oftentimes,
Why do you want to spend
often
yours?
it's a time investment on
Time.
their side that they'll be like, oh yeah, again. And
But-
so if you keep taking recurring attention, and this is high stress,
Hmm.
not high stress, but it's a different type of attention that it takes away from you. Because I've been on the bully side of law as well,
Yeah.
right? Where it's like we're fighting a guy with a lot smaller in terms of resources, etc. Right? But the guy doesn't give up, and it's just like, again, bro, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, stop.
Have you
You know what I
dealt with Indian clients? Have you felt something like this with Indian clients happen?
We've never had Indian clients.
That's exactly why. Indian clients, it's very different.
It's fine, no?
It's very different with Indian clients.
How do you think it would play out if you try to fight it?
Firstly, Indian law, Indian courts are like, they'll delay everything. They'll push it.
But you don't need to go to the court.
They'll push it for years. It's
The-
not.
The
There's
main
certain time
game for you,
investment. It's not worth it.
the main game for you
Yeah.
is just threatening it.
Wouldn't matter to the person we would be doing it to. When someone's worth thousands of crores,
You don't know.
Wouldn't matter.
You don't know. It's not about that. Okay, they have money to fight it out. It's about nuisance.
I don't believe in creating nuisance in anyone's life.
I mean,
I know it's a lot of money to let go of, but it's a
I'm
lesson learned
exploring
at the end of
ideas
the
here,
day.
right? Like, okay, with my knowledge today, would I be a nuisance with law? I might,
Yeah. Why not? Today I would be. Today I would completely be. I wasn't this educated back then.
Obviously, chances are you'd lose if you took it to court because you have nothing written, right?
I have
But
nothing written, right? So what
it's
would
the
I ask you on?
nuisance. You'd settle for, instead of the 20 mil, 2 mil that he owes you, maybe he'd give you 100K and call it a day.
100K and then you end up paying lawyers, and then it's not money that you aren't already making.
Right. Because at 23, at that, and especially when you aren't doing much, it'd be
Yeah.
like, that's a lot to
It's a lot of
just
money.
not care about.
22. I was 22.
22.
22 when that happened, yeah.
Yeah, very important.
Very important. I was 22 when that happened. I was 23 when I was doing a job. I was 24 when I was 23 when I was doing a job. I'm 24 now, having left my job and stuff like that. Turning 25.
What's next?
Next, a lot of stuff actually. Watching a lot of people on the internet distribute content, I've realized that it's time for long form. And it's time to go all in on all platforms. So that's on the books, increasing the production level, quality of videos, going deep into production for basically educating people on SEO. That's like the next thing, because I've realized when you educate someone on it, they're always going to look up to you as an idol. And the amount of DMs that I get on, can you teach me SEO? I think it's only right that I start creating content around it. And then that stays like a brand asset with you forever. So long form content is on the books now.
Are you afraid to give out the secrets?
No, not at all.
There are no secrets?
No, the fun part is everything is on the internet.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want. All information is available to you. The only thing with people is they're too lazy to act on it. You can teach them everything, they won't even open the document. So let's say I've got you to comment on my video. Comment as I'll send you a document. 90% of the people will just open it at that time and they receive the email and then they're never going to even look at it. So the people who are willing to act on it, that is a very small percentage. There's nothing in terms of rocket science into it.
I've created so many podcasting agencies, you have no idea. With my content. Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah, like I actually love so many podcasting agencies. Oh, so somehow they're all from India. What the fuck? What have I done? Yeah, that was ripple effects of creating content, I guess.
Do you get inbounds from your content?
Content? No, not at all.
What do you create content for?
Hiring.
Has that helped you?
Yeah, that's it. A lot. But the extent of my content goes to hiring and getting clippers. Those are the two biggest things.
How important has that played a role in your business?
A very big role, because we're only like the people. And the point of constraint for us is not demand or anything like that. It's just people. Like we need more quality people. That's it.
You mentioned you don't hire interns. So what age group, what experience do you hire? And also your CEO used to be studying law and he left it midways to go all in on this.
Yes.
So how do you go about that?
Like hiring people?
Hiring people.
Honestly, a lot of it is just that vibe that you get if the person is going to be hungry enough.
Yeah.
And second is, are they smart? That's it. Yeah. Like even like people who come in as project managers for the podcast that we're working on, they often don't have like content experience.
Okay.
But I just know they're going to learn fast and they're really smart and they can speak to clients well.
So do you train these people even if they don't have the domain knowledge?
Yeah, pretty much.
Is that a must in your industry?
Domain knowledge?
Yeah.
It's very easy to train them on that, I feel. And nobody is coming with domain knowledge on how to do podcasting. It's not going to come.
Interesting. What age group do you usually hire? And experience level as well?
I think like 20 to 30.
20 to 30.
Yeah.
That's interesting. The oldest I've hired is a 28-year-old.
Really?
Yeah.
I have a 35, 36-year-old as well.
I mean, lawyers are different.
No, not a lawyer.
Yeah. Law agencies are different altogether.
Yeah.
That's all outsourced stuff.
Yeah.
Law, accounting stuff we don't do in-house at all.
Same.
So that's just easier to outsource. But apart from that, I would be happy to get people in-house for everything. How did you manage to convince people to move to Bangalore with you?
Because we did these founder houses, right?
Yeah.
And then it's like fun to work together.
So your founder house was basically like a month long and you got all of your guys to work out of a city?
The main folks. We just got them to work out of a city. We rented a nice house. It's fun. And like, that's the thing with like the people. I hire people that I would like hang out with, you know? That really helps.
What kind of people do you like hanging out with? People who are smarter than you?
It's becoming like a reverse podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm very curious, so I love asking questions.
They're like, I don't know how to explain it. Like the people I go to the gym with. You know, just, yeah. Does that make sense?
Well, does it have to? I mean, it all depends on the vibe that the person gives you. It all depends on the energy. For me, it's the energy.
There's this thing where it's like a thing where it's a very particular metric. I'm forgetting the name of it. But it's like the rate at how quickly a person is able to learn new things, right?
Yeah.
I feel like that's one of the most important things.
Interesting. So that was the experience with not having contracts in place. Lost a huge chunk of money. Moved on from there to today. So that was when I was 22. 23, I started working at Kotak as a mobile app developer. So I've done mobile app development for a very long period of time in my life.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to continue it because it's a lot of work. It's a headache to do. It's a retainer business, but it's a headache to do and headache to hire.
Yeah, I'd assume. Because it's specialized talent.
It's specialized stuff. And the way I started, that's a very interesting story altogether. So I was on Twitter one day. There was a batchmate of mine who was in the IT department. I was in the computer engineering department. And I just happened to read his Twitter bio. And there was this thing written as Flutter with a blue heart. And I was like, okay, what's Flutter and why has he put it in his bio? I was like 19, 20 years old and I was looking into this. So I just saw that. I was like, curious to figure out what is this thing. And I opened it and I was like, okay, this is basically a hybrid platform for app development. So you can code once for Android and iOS. You don't need to have two different coding language knowledge. Yeah. Two different stacks. You don't need that. Just one thing, just code once, and it's simple to code in a language called as Dart. So I was like, okay, it's not that hard to learn. Let's just start with it. And that changed my life. That changed the trajectory of my life. So I learned Flutter. My co-founder learned Flutter. And we started building apps together. The place we were working as interns before working as freelancers with this client is where we built a lot of mobile apps, where we got hands-on experience as to what kind of features go into it, what kind of experience do you need to build this app, and how do you publish them, basic knowledge on how it's done from someone who knows. And then we just doubled down on it because app development was beautiful back then. So I literally just saw someone's Twitter bio and I started making mobile apps.
And today it's become a lot easier to learn and get into it, right?
It's very
much easier.
It's very easy. After AI has been introduced, it's become really easy. Back then there was no AI. There was no GitHub Copilot as well to help you clone the code out at least.
I feel like today though, because it's become so easy, people have almost like won't take the initiative to go deep.
Exactly. That's the problem with most of the people. Do you face this problem at hiring as well? So people have access to all the tools, but they just won't take the initiative to get it done. They have everything they need.
Like with the folks we hire?
Yeah. Like before you hire them, is that something you see a lot of people?
So one example of that I would say is when people like reach out via cold email and it's like, I have prepared an audit for you. Let me know if I can send it? I'm like, okay, if you prepared it, then why haven't they already sent it in the email, right? So, but then I know it's like a cold email strategy. It doesn't, So that's
people are scared to send emails for some reason. Really? They're like, they won't get responses.
I mean, if
I've shamelessly sent them, so I didn't get responses. It was fine for me.
Yeah.
But people are like, I've spoken to a lot of people. College guys are pretty scared to send those emails.
Maybe because
we'll not get a response. What's the point in putting in the effort?
Self-worth, maybe?
Maybe they're not putting in enough effort into actually creating those audits in depth and actually adding something in terms of a differentiated value.
I think the one more thing is that if something is new, people often overcomplicate it in their mind.
Yeah.
And they don't like start with taking action because it feels too complicated. Right?
Yeah.
Like if they haven't had any reps. So for example, going to the gym for the first time is daunting, right? There are all these machines, there are all these dudes, you're going to seem so inexperienced, you have no idea what you're doing.
Yeah.
Right? Whereas it's the same thing with creating an audit, right? Like you see a website, you think you can make it better, but you have no idea how to articulate that in a doc and create an audit. Yep. So it's daunting to do in the first place. If you never cold email, it's daunting. Like it's scary. Like you're like, how do I do this? And then to send one email, you will think about it for 8 hours and you send it, you don't get a response. It's highly discouraging. Whereas you go to the gym, right?
Yeah.
Your muscles are going to get sore and you're like, oh, wow, it worked. And then you
constantly put in the work for it.
Yeah.
Like hyper-personalized emails are way better than just sending a cold outreach. Oh, do you want this service? I think if you just tell me what you can do for me, and if you're consistent with it and you're bothering me quite a lot, I will at least get on a call with you.
Yeah.
That's how I hire. That's exactly how I hire. You need to really bother me to get on a call with you and show me the value before you've basically come in and have a little bit of knowledge about the industry, and then we can figure the other things out.
How do you find most of your people?
So a lot of people that I've worked with in the past are the people that are working with me full-time today. So in my freelancing days, in the days where I was working for people, when I used to outsource stuff, I used to get it done from like freelancers or take their help to actually execute it. I'm not a designer, so I reached out to a design freelancer 4 years back and he helped me build an app. He helped me design the app for me. And then I reached out to a few software developers on the internet, asked around.
How did you find them in the first place?
So I found them on community groups there are college groups. They connected to, let's say, a software development community, bunch of college people. I was in TSEC, so I had a group called TSEC Coders. Everyone had friends who were looking for opportunities, who knew stuff. So I used to reach out to them. They had connections if they couldn't help me with what I wanted. And that's how I started reaching out to people initially. And you won't believe, out of the 22 people in our team right now, 5 of them are the guys who've been working with us for the last 4 years on some level or the other.
That's a lot.
Whether it's design or development. They've been there. They know how is it to work with Prithvi, how's it to work with Prasad, because we believe in long-term relationships.
And then, how expensive is a good software developer to hire today?
For what purposes?
For full time, like
so full time is fine. So there's a front end developer, there's a back end developer, there's a full stack developer who knows front end and back end both.
Yeah,
the database guy.
Let's say full stack.
Full stack will cost
and
you
database as well.
Full stack will include database stuff as well. A good developer with 2 years of experience would ideally cost you around 1.2 to 1.5 lakhs.
And are they like fast?
Yeah, like you need to find the right person who's motivated enough to do the work. There are a bunch of people at that price point who are just so coded into the industry that doing corporate stuff at a very low level is what they consider a lot of work.
Because I need like developers to be using the latest tools, make them like really fast, right?
It depends on how motivated someone is.
Like I think one of my developers, he uses Atlas, ChatGPT, like a lot. Is it Atlas? Or whatever GPT's version of Claude Code, there's some
Claude
GPT version.
Claude Code is my favorite,
Right? He uses that and he's like incredibly fast. Like the thing with developers, there's like the really good devs are so much better than like a good dev.
Finding them is a real challenge.
Yeah.
The only way you can actually find them is you train them to be that dev, which we do a lot of. Because my CEO, he was the guy who's been working with us for like the last 4 years. Now he's running the operations and stuff. So he trains developers as well for us. So he knows his shit really well. And then there's my co-founder who is a tech evangelist, I would say. He knows almost everything about tech. He's worked in every single industry in tech, right? From crypto, creating NFTs, to mobile apps, websites, back-end stuff, AI, ML, LLMs. He's built everything. So he's got like hands-on experience. So that adds on. And then when people look up to these guys, they're like, oh, I want to learn something from them. And that's why they want to work with a tech company. But finding the right talent is a really hard thing.
Is that the point of constraint for you?
It was up until very recent times, where my CEO took charge. We've gone to colleges, we've sponsored hackathons, we've found people from there.
That must be fun.
It was good. Finding really good people from there. A lot of them want to build their own agencies. It's like, fine, but the ones who want to gain experience, want to work for someone, we get them on board.
Cool.
Hiring people is like...
I know, we faced that.
Yeah, I used to face that up until a few months ago.
The hackathon idea.
Hackathon idea was beautiful. Sponsor, just spend some money. The right guys would know you, would get to know your company as well, and then they would want to work with you. You interview them, just don't hire them.
Cool. That should be it.
Perfect.